everybody, welcome back. Hope everyone's had a lovely week, and I know I said that I'd be doing a vlog every week and promised that, and I'm really sorry that I haven't, but we had a very sad week last week, and I did sadly lose Manon, my old donkey. I know if you watched my previous vlog, I did mention that I wasn't sure how much longer we'd have her. And we're back. So as I was saying, Manon, unfortunately, when I came back out to check them at bedtime, she was on the floor. She was sitting up, she was grazing around her. I thought possibly she was just taking the weight off her legs, because it was raining as well and horrible, but she was a little distance away from her shelter, so I thought it was a little bit strange behaviour, and then thought that we'd check her before we went to bed. And so when I did come out and check her, she was still laying down on the floor, so gave her a bit more dinner, put an extra rug over her, because by this point her ears felt a bit chilly, so I thought I don't think she is right, and then let her eat her dinner. Then Mick and I thought, oh, we'll try and get her up. So we tried to get her up, and she tried at the same time we tried, and her legs just gave way underneath her, and unfortunately her legs just gave up on her. They couldn't hold her, so we called the vet out. The vet came about 1 o'clock in the morning, and he did say we've got two options. One of them would be to give her a steroid injection to see if we can get her legs moving, but because she was so far away from her shelter, we couldn't get her there. Well, it wasn't so far away, but for her it was a long way when her legs have collapsed really. So we kind of, at that point she was happy, she wasn't in pain, she was eating, she was sat upright, even though she was on the floor. So anyway, the chances of this happening again were very high with her. Obviously she's a good age, so we stood there for a while just trying to think of what we can do, and obviously if she did have the steroid injections and did get up, she could go down when I'm not around and pass away when I'm not there, possibly in a painful way from the cold. As you know, it's been very cold here in rural France. So in my head I knew what had to be done for her, but I did say to Mick, I let him make the final decision because I just couldn't do it. But it was the right decision, and she passed away peacefully in my arms with the rest of the donkeys around her and Mick and I, and it was peaceful for her. The vet assured me she was pain-free, and she really was pain-free. It seemed quite peaceful really. So we've had a really sad week, and we've obviously just heartbroken and missing her loads. I am focusing more on this donkey right here, because this is her son, Cadishon, and I have read that donkeys are born for up to 7 weeks. They can stop eating, and they can just go into themselves really. So we keep a close eye on them obviously anyway, but with him it's been more so. And so far I think we're very lucky because we have Cashew and Justine over there. We are lucky that he does have the other two donkeys, and he's had them all his life. So for him it's really sad, and my heart just breaks every time I look at him. But he's eating, drinking, doing the normal donkey things. The only thing that he does seem slightly different is he seems a little bit angry and definitely a little bit lost. So especially with me, I feel like he's just, I don't know if he's angry at me because I was with Manon. I don't know, maybe it's just me thinking that, but he seems a little bit off, and it's to be expected. They're really clever animals. They do mourn, they feel emotions, so anything with him is to be expected, as with the others. Justine, the one to your right, she was bought at the same time as Manon, obviously not by me, by my neighbour, and my neighbour didn't realise that both girls were pregnant with these two boys, one Cadishon and one Cashew to the left. So it's been a really sad week. I didn't know if I'd be able to actually talk about it, but I can. I don't know how, but I can, and it's okay. Looking back, it was definitely the right thing for her. The weather's been so cold, and she just would not have been comfortable on those legs she wouldn't have been. So, and it was a nice peaceful way for her and for us to be around her. So yeah, I can talk about it now, but we're going to go and get her a rose and put one in the rose garden, and I will quickly show you the flower garden whilst I'm out here with them. So yeah, so this is Caddy and this is her little boy who is 16, and we're going to be keeping an even closer eye on him. Aren't we, Caddy? Aren't we, Caddy? Yeah. And so far you seem all right, don't you? So far you seem like you're doing all right. Yeah. I'll give you kisses. No kisses. Mwah. So this is the start of the flower garden. It is very small and only has 4 beds in it, as you can see. We have literally only just turned over the soil that we went and got from down the bottom. That is 3 years old. So in this one here, so far up to the middle bit, we've just planted tulips up to this part here, and then I've got 1 rose in here. So this is going to be the rose garden, and I will be getting a rose from Manon in here as well. So she'll have her own rose, just to, as in remembrance for her. With the other gardens, I have got so many bulbs and everything to plant, and obviously we are still getting the polytunnel. I nearly forgot. We're still getting the polytunnel to put over there. So we've made a start. So I just thought I'd show you that at the minute to show you where we're at.